when you're out there on the water in the moment, the last thing you want to worry about is your motor. So there's only one thing left for you to do: not worry about it. So since this is like an outboard discussion video, I figured I'd drop that Suzuki promo because we are selling them. And I wish I had one today to stick on the bass boat, but I don't. I'll show you what we're going to use. And I did review all of your guys' advice. I do very much appreciate it. I looked at it all. You guys said the 60 was 200 powered. You said I should put a 90 on there. And then like I was thinking, I was like, oh crap. Like I don't want the boat to underperform. Like it's already got problems. And so I went and talked to Gil and a few other people, and they're saying that the two strokes, and this has not been something new that I've heard, I didn't just hear this, but they're saying two strokes are rated differently horsepower-wise from back in the day. They were rated at the flywheel. So by the time it went down the shaft into the propeller, they lost probably a lot of horse. So at 75, they said it was probably putting 50 to the actual prop, maybe a little more. But when I put the 60 on there, when they rate the 60, that's a legit 60 horse at the prop. That's how they rated the horsepower. So it should be pretty even. And then we did look at other options though. I'm going to show you exactly why I did not choose those options. Look. All right, this is what you guys have initially wanted, to put a 90 on it. It's obscenely big. That would sink the boat. That is so big. That is so much bigger than the 75 or that 60 on it. The 60 is much more comparable in size. This is the 120. We thought about putting the 120 on it. It's the same size as the 90, but it's 120. It's a force, and that one actually works. We're probably going to stick that on a pontoon boat, to be completely honest, because it's too big. I was thinking it was the same block as the 75, but no, 75 to 90 is the same block for that size or that year, and the 120 is whatever. That one actually works and has a good carb. It's just, we can't let it sit there for too long, but it actually... Another one of these is 60. I think this is mine. This is another one of mine. It's like the same motor I have on my boat, and the same motor that just got put in the other boat. Slightly, I mean, minus this one's newer and has less hours. It just needs a new lower unit. That'll be going on. Have a perfect boat that can go on. Dude, sweet. You want any pretty face on YouTube, or you want to be out? Do you care? The other guy was that way too. He's like, I don't want to be seen. Calling it the Mini Hulk, right?
I mean, why not?
Whatever. You know what pitch prop that is?
I want to say
14, 11, 140, 09. What does that mean?
it's a 9-pitch thing.
It's a 9 pitch?
We have a prop for it upstairs.
Oh my gosh. You do?
It came off the house building, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me have that prop.
Yeah,
we
have a prop for you. We don't have a pretty big one. So.
Do you think it needs a jack plate? No? Probably not?
That would be a good question, to be honest with you.
He said I probably might need a whale tail. Do you have those?
It might need it, it might not. We don't know until we run it, really.
So you guys gonna run it for me? Sweet. I wish I was there.
I believe so.
Get some clips. It's gonna look funky?
No, just compared to the one that was on the floor that was 8 inches taller.
Oh, the size.
Yeah, just how far the engine sticks up above the mounting bracket and whatnot.
Yes, man. Look at a jack plate. I can do that. I can install the jack plate if you install the hard stuff, and you've already done that. All the cords going everywhere. Do you know why it smells obscenely bad in there? Was there like spilled gas, or?
It's just gas.
It's just gas?
So, because it's a 2-stroke, it's got bits of gas and oil everywhere. It's old gas. It's just
It
sitting
stinks
for a
in
while,
there?
So, yeah,
That's great.
it just eventually degrades.
What about the gas tank? What do you think of the gas tank? Fine? Do we flush it?
Should be more.
Since it was 2-stroke and now it's going to be 4-stroke, can we drain it?
If it's got oil in it, we'll have to pump it out.
It's probably got...
Spin.
It does have bad gas in it, I think. It was
Okay.
spewing out gas
There
out
was
the
gas
old
in
motor.
the
I think
tank.
there was?
There was some in the line, so I'd imagine there's some in the tank.
Yeah, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, we can.
I just need this to not blow up. I need this boat to work.
A little oil, that's not gonna hurt it. It's a 4-stroke.
All right, it's gonna work or it doesn't. So the big thing with getting boats like this that are made back in the day, like pre-2000s, is pre-2000s there were different standards. Things were just different. Outboards were different. They were smaller, lighter, less torque, and obviously they were rated horsepower differently. They were made to kind of go over those boats. Like I used to have a 40 horse Tohatsu. I think it was like a 2-cylinder. I don't think it was a 3-cylinder. It was a 2-cylinder 40 horse Tohatsu, legit 40 horse. I could pick that thing up. That thing was 115 pounds. Little 40 horse short shaft tiller. I love that motor. Couldn't find parts for it. It was miserable. Sold it while it was still running good, and well, it was so hard to find parts though. Then I kept the Everroods around. The Everroods are such a famous motor that you could find more parts for them, but it was still like you had to worry about it. Now these forces, I know you guys, thank you guys for telling me to go on eBay and look at some of these things. I have a hard time. There's like different model numbers. Like I'm going to list all the info I have on the numbers down below in the description area and also pinned in the comment section. And those are all the numbers to the actual motor. You guys sent me links for carbs for a 70 horse, but there's like a bunch of different models. There's like 4 or 5 different models. I don't know. Do they all take the same carb or is it different? It's just confusing. I don't know anything. I'm super unaware. I just, I don't know, just if you guys find a legit deal, just like post in the comment section with a link, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook with links. Some of you guys did. One of you guys sent me links to all this stuff and I think it was the right thing. And then I tried to go back to your message after I pulled up eBay and like I could not find the message. It was like it got deleted. It was missing. I don't know. I looked everywhere. One of you guys gave it to me in the live chat when we premiered the video. So, but yeah, it's a different thing. Like I'm talking about like that 40 horse I used to be able to pick up by myself. A 40 horse today, trying to pick that thing up with a 4-stroke would kill me. I would break my back. Like maybe if I was like back in my 25, 26, I could manhandle it, but not now. I'm old. I'm like 40. I was saying like it does make a big difference. All the weight at the very, very back is not even evened out. Some things we can think about though is we can add lithium batteries to the build. Like they got to be pretty good batteries. I also found some pretty good batteries. These are good batteries. I tested them both out. I tested one in the kayak, and I was running a pretty serious horsepower motor on the kayak. I mean, well, electric motor on the kayak. That thing was flying. That thing requires a lot of amperage. I ran a little 50 amp hour in there. It's pretty dope. That kayak was pretty cool. I mean, my son, that was like my equivalent boat for my son to use. I was wondering if he was going to run out of battery because he was flooring that thing the whole time. He had it like wide open, trying to race me when I was in my little e-propulsion Spirit. So we were just both me and the yak killer, him and the yak, were running down Lake Marion and Flagstaff, and it caught that walleye, and so it was pretty dope. I was also running the bigger one in my boat. They gave me a 100 amp hour one, and I was running that one. Pretty good stuff. So between those, and then I got another one I'm gonna try out, and then I got the ones I'm gonna get from the shop in South Carolina. Between that, I should have enough lithium batteries. So if weight's the issue, you guys are saying all the batteries back there, plus the full live well, and it's a pretty generous live well, that plus people in there is gonna give me problems. I don't doubt it. I do have my doubts because, I have the 60 on my boat and my boat's aluminum. I get it. So that was a full kit inside my boat. And so me plus my wife plus my 2 kids, we planed just fine in that boat with the 60 and a full kit plus 4 batteries. None of those were lithium. I know the fiberglass hull's significantly heavier than what I have. So I'm hoping because we're only gonna put like 1 or 2 people in there at a time, they're definitely gonna hold a family in that boat. We'll see. And hopefully because the design of it's better. It's got to go faster than my boat. My boat is a slug through the water. And also Chris Roberts, who had, that elite level tiny boat, the one with the yellow turf, one we just did a video on his yak killer. We've done a video on his 16 footer. It's pretty famous, the boat. So like, it's been on the channel. It's been on other people's channels. It's been throughout our stores. He had the exact same hull as mine, and his, his was overbuilt, the kit inside of it. So it was a lot heavier than mine. And so myself plus him plus the kit, when we went to plane in his boat, it did get up there and it did go like into the 30s, but it got out of the hole slower and it did not have the top end that mine had with the same pitch prop. So, but it still did what it needed to do with 2 people, and it probably could have planed with a third, but too much more weight and you could tell that it would have drugged or not planed. So I do worry. I do, but it's too late. We've gone too far. The motor's on the boat. We're trying it out. The only other option is to find like a 90 horse 2-stroke that you can still find parts for. I'm not going to bet my luck that we'll find that. Some boats are just past their time. Let's hope this one has, however long we can put into it. If anybody can do it, it's us, right? Also, I got this for the boat, but I may not have to use it now. Well, I'm assuming that it's gonna run fine and we're gonna use it. So this is a remote drain plug. So I was looking at this for a long time. I was like, that looks awesome, but I don't know how that would fit into a John boat. The plug doesn't even look like it would fit in the actual drain like a standard John boat. It's like too small. But now that I'm looking at it closer, I think you could actually put it in a John boat. But anyways, I bought this for the bass boat because it's like a bass style boat plug. Now the bass boat, if I forget to put the boat plug in that bass boat, you have to go down there. You can't just go there and like correct your fail in a John boat like you can just by plugging it in the inside in a short distance. You have to go under there and plug it, or you got to go put that boat back on the ramp and, back on the trailer and then replug it, or you're swimming. I'm not going to do either of those things. So I've made sure like anybody who has a bass boat should have this remote plug. It's like a lifesaver. If you forget to plug it, just plug it, clip on the bilge and roll. So that's how we're gonna roll. We also have these on our store too. Check them out. All right, guys. I'll leave a link in the description for those. Check out the Suzuki Outboards, guys. I also got questions saying, are you making full builds now? We are. We now have boats and we now have trailers, but it's out of the shop in Illinois. They're not cheap though. I will put it out that there, but they're worth a look at. You talk about delivery to them or some sort of thing like that, we can talk about it. You got to give us a call. Contact information is down in the description below also for that. So just to answer that question, we'll do a more formal video about that a little bit later when I get the footage. Talk to you guys later. See ya.